Good morning and welcome. I'm going to talk today about how you can create tabs in Microsoft Office. For example, at the top we know that we have the File tab, Home tab, Insert tab, and so forth. Well, what if you want your own tab to have just certain buttons on it that you use most frequently? Yes, I know there is the Quick Access toolbar, which is a great option as well. But maybe you want the buttons to be bigger, you want them to be easier to be seen. That's why you can create your own tab. So how do I start off by doing that? Well, there's a couple of ways of doing it. Just like we know in Microsoft Office 365, there's more than one way to skin the cat. So the method that I'm going to choose is, because I'm a great fan of right-clicking, I'm going to right-click on any one of the tabs, and I'm going to choose Customize the Ribbon, because that's what we're going to do. When I choose that command, the PowerPoint Options dialog box comes up, and it takes me immediately to the Customize Ribbon category. So over on the right-hand side here is really where I'm concentrating. So for example, I'm on the Home tab, as you can see here, and the Home tab is highlighted over here. Well, if I don't want to see all the group names, clipboard, slides, font, so forth, I can collapse it, just like any other tab that I can collapse. In fact, what I can even do is I can uncheck a box next to a tab which will completely hide it. So maybe there's just some tabs up here that you don't want to have people see, or yourself you don't want to work on. You can just uncheck them. So just to prove a point, I'm going to uncheck the Help tab. Notice that it's currently showing. I'm going to uncheck it, and after I save all my changes here and click OK, the Help tab will disappear. Anyway, I need to show you how to get the tabs back, as well as also how to delete a tab. Now, you can only delete the tab that you can create yourself. Okay, it will not allow me to delete tabs that Microsoft gives me. So let's move forward and let's see how to create a new tab. The button right here says New Tab. Now, depending on where I'm highlighted here will determine where it will appear. Now, I can always move them up and down. So let's just say I want the new tab. I'm going to call the tab Tom's Favorite Buttons. I want it to be right in front of the Home tab. So I'm going to insert right above Home. I'm going to click New Tab, and then automatically the tab is called New Tab, which I don't like that name. I'll rename it, and it highlights the group, the first group that I want on that tab. Well, let's start off by renaming the tab itself. So I single click on it, I click the rename button, and I call it Tom's Favorite Buttons. Click OK. Now the group that I want to rename, I want to do a lot of things in PowerPoint that deal with animation. So I'm going to call this, actually I already have a tab called Animations, so I'm going to call it Tom's Animations. And then I click OK. And then maybe one more group I want to add. So I want to add the group right on the new tab that I'm creating, so that's why I am selecting it. I click New Group, and it adds it underneath it, but I can move it up and down if I want to, and I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to rename that. I'm going to call it, let's say, Tom's Chart Buttons. Click OK. Now, I don't have any buttons on them yet, but I'm getting there. So I want to rearrange the order of these if I wanted to, plus the actual tab. So let's start by moving the tab. I just highlight it and use the up arrow key. I already had it where I wanted to, but I'm just showing you if I want it somewhere else, I can move it up and down. Same thing with the group names. Now, how do I add the buttons onto my new tab? Over here it says Popular Commands, but let's say the buttons that I'm looking for are not here. So I have to change it to All Commands. The list will expand. They're in alphabetical order. There's a few hundred of them. Let's go to Animations. So here's a couple of animation buttons that I want to add. So I highlight it, I click Add, I pick a different one, and I add that. And let's just say I just want to add these four. Now I want to add more buttons that deal with the chart group. So I move down to chart. Let's say I want actual chart, chart title, chart elements, and let's say that's the only one I wanted, those three. Now I click OK. There's my new tab, and by the way, also notice that the Help tab is not showing, it's hidden. So let's look at the Tom's Favorite Buttons tab that I just added. Here are the two groups, and here are the buttons. All right. Now, how do I remove a tab or a group that I no longer want? Well, I have to go right back to where I was. I'm going to right click on any one of these tabs, customize the ribbon. Over on the right hand side, I want to, let's say, remove this group. Well, I don't see a delete button or remove. Where the heck is it? The answer lies in right clicking, and it says remove. Gone. And I would do the same thing if I wanted to completely remove the tab. Before I do that, I'm going to click OK just to show that the tab is no longer there. Now I'm only down to one. I'm sorry, the group was removed, and now I only have the one group left. So I go back to where I was, customize, highlight. In this case, I want to get rid of the tab completely. Right click on it, choose remove, click OK. It's gone, and I bring back the help, turn back the check mark on the help, click OK, and help is back where it was before. All right, now the beauty of this is that I did this in PowerPoint, but you would do it the exact same way, whether you were in Excel or Outlook or Word or Access or Visio and so forth. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.